Hello my dear student, welcome to Nagesh Karasge Orchid School channel. Myself Hina Patel, going to teach you 7th grade mathematics. In the previous session we had started with a new chapter, that is comparing the quantity. We had learned introduction, we had learned some example of this. Today we will try to solve some examples related to the exercise. Today we will learn the ratio and proportion. So we will go for some exercise sum here. Here we are having to find the ratio of. Already we had learned in the introduction, when the quantity should be, the unit of the quantity should be the same. But here it is given as rupees 5 to 50 paise. Rupees 5 to 50 paise. So what we have to do? What we had in the example sum we were having as in kilometer and centimeter, same we have to do here. First we have to convert rupees into and paise. Rupees into paise. So converting the given quantity, that is the rupees, into the same unit that we are going to convert into paise. So you know 1 rupee is equal to 100 paise. So rupees 5 is equal to 5 into 100. So it will be 500 paise. Now this 500 paise and 50 paise both are having the same unit. So now you can find out the ratio between these two quantities, that is therefore rupees 5 is to 50 paise. What will be here? So this is our question. So what in the place of rupees 5, what you will write is 500 paise. So here is 500 paise is to 50 paise. So here the ratio we are writing 500 paise ratio to the 50 paise. Here both the units are now same. So because 1 rupee is equal to 100 paise, so what we had done, we had converted rupees 5 into 500 paise. So after reducing, you know, we can write in the fraction form, and after the reduction of this 500 upon 50 we get as 10 upon 1, which is written in the ratio as 10 is to 1. It is written in the ratio as 10 is to 1. So the required ratio is 10 is to 1. So in this way we had find out the ratio of rupees 5 to 50 paise. We are having another quantities here, that is 50 kg. 15 kg to 210 gram. 15 kg, here we are having the kg, here we are having gram. Similar what we had done in the previous question, same we have to do, where we had converted rupees to paise. Here we will convert kg into and gram, because we required the units should be the same when we want to compare, or we can say to find the ratio. So 15 kg is equal to 15 into 1000. You know 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. So converting this 15 kg into 15,000, we get as a 15,000 gram, because 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. So 15 kg ratio 210, so 10 gram, which is our question. In the place of 15 kg we will write as 15,000 here, 15,000 gram. Here what I had done, here 15,000 gram ratio 210, I had cancelled 0 0, and the ratio here is 1500 ratio 21. After the reduction we get as 500 ratio 7. So here what will be the ratio? So the ratio required ratio is 500 is to 7. So in this way we had converted first kg to gram. Here we are having another example, 9 kilometer or 9 meter to 27 centimeter. 9 meter to 27 centimeter. First what we have to do? Convert this meter into centimeter, or you can convert the centimeter into meter. Both can be used. Here converting the given quantities into the same units, we have 9 meter is equal to 9 into 100, or we can say 9 multiplied by 100 is equal to 900 centimeter, because you know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So what we'll get, 9 meter ratio 27 centimeter will be, or 900 centimeter ratio 27 centimeter, because 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So after the reduction, you know, this can be written in the form of an fraction. So after reduction we get as an 100 ratio 3. So you can cancel, you can write in the form of a fraction, that is 900 upon 27. It will be reducible, so we have tried to reduce it. So the required ratio is 100 ratio 3. In this way we had seen that converting the units and making the same unit, and we can find out the ratio. One more example we are having here is 30 days to 36 hours. 30 days to 36 hours. Here converting the given quantities into the same units, we have 30 days means what? You can convert into hours. 1 day is equal to 24 hours. So 30 multiplied by 24 hours is nothing but, because we know 1 day is equal to 24 hours. So after multiplying these we get as an 720 hours. Now these 720 hours and 36 hours both are now having the same unit, so we can go for an comparison. So therefore 30 days ratio 36 hours, or 30 days to 36 hours is nothing but 720 hours ratio 36 hours. Writing these ratios in the fraction form, if it is possible, reduced it. Here it is possible to reduce, so 36 ones are 36 twos are 72 and 0 as it is, so we write as a 20 ratio 1. So the required ratio is 20 ratio 1 here. So we had converted first the given unit into the same unit, and we had tried to find out the ratio. Here we are having some example word problem we will see. So how to write the steps you will understand. In a computer lab, this is a practical which you might be coming across the daily life, or you can imagine this because it is in our daily life. So in a computer lab there are 3 computers for every 6 students. Every 6 students there are only 3 computers. How many computers will be needed for 24 students? For the 3 computer, how many students? 6 students. Now we are having 24 students, so how many computers we will need? We can use an unitary method and we can find out. So by using the unitary method, we have 6 students required 3 computers. 6 students required 3 computers. Therefore, 1 student will require 3 upon 6 computer. 3 upon 6 computer. Therefore, 24 students will require 3 upon 6 multiplied by 24. Multiplied by 24, because we require 24 students are there. So we have to find the number of computers required for 24 students. So what we do, 3 upon 6 multiplied by 24. Now it is very easy. Already you had learned in this fraction, this type of a multiplication, fraction multiplied by whole number, possible to reduce, reduced it. So after reduction, that is 6 ones are 6, 4s are 24. So it is 3 multiplied by 4. So 3 multiplied by 4 computer is nothing but 12 computers. So how many computers will be required for 24 students? 12 computers will be required. So hence the number of computers required is 12. How many? 12 computer for 24 student. Already the quantity and the ratio was given to us as 3 computers for 6 students. So we can find out for 24 students, how many computers are required? This was a very simple example which we had used a unitary method and we had solved step by step, and we found out the number of computers required for 24 students. One more example we will go as a word problem, so it will be more easy for you to write the steps. Here population of Rajasthan is equal to 570 lakhs and the populations of UP, that is Uttar Pradesh, is given as 1660 lakhs. Area, here we are having the population, here the area of Rajasthan is equal to 3 lakhs kilometers square and the area of UP is equal to 2 lakhs kilometers square. So area is given, populations of Rajasthan as well as the UP is given, and the area of Rajasthan and UP both are given. So here are some questions given here. How many people are there per kilometer square in both these states per kilometer square? Already we had learned when we were having an introduction of this chapter. Per kilometer square when it is an area. Which state is less populated? By calculating the populations of the states, we can say that which is less populated. Here we have to compare it with the area of both the states. So population of Rajasthan is given. What I had jotted down is nothing but is given in the question is 570 lakhs. The population of UP is given as 1660 lakhs. Area of Rajasthan is given 3 lakhs kilometer square and area of UP is given as 2 lakhs kilometer square. So what is given in the question just we had written here. Now we have to find out what is required in first question. So we required the populations of both the states in kilometer square. So we will write here the number of population per kilometer square of Rajasthan is equal to 570 lakhs upon 3 lakhs. What we had done, just we have to find out the population of Rajasthan to the area of Rajasthan. It is what is 570 lakhs upon 3 lakhs. So number of people in UP is equal to 1660 lakhs, which is already we had jotted down here, and the area of UP is 2 lakhs kilometer square. So number of people per kilometer square of UP, this we had done for Rajasthan, we are doing of UP is, what is that number of people? That is 1660 lakhs upon what will be the area is given to us is 2 lakhs. By reducing this, we can find out what will be the per kilometer square. So per kilometer square, that is 830 per kilometer square. So since 190 per kilometer square is smaller than 830 per kilometer square. So in this way we can find out by reducing this both the things, and we can compare that which will be the area will be the greater. So Rajasthan is less populated state. Here we can, the second question it was, which of this is the less populated state? Is the Rajasthan is less populated state as compared to the area. So in this way we had find out the word problem. We will see some conversions or convert the given fractional numbers to a percent. You know the percentage, you are very familiar with a fraction. To convert into percentage means always we have to compare it out of 100. So this was we had learned in the previous class, that is in a 6th standard, that is converting any fraction into percentage, we multiply it by 100. So here 1 upon 8 is given fraction, we have to convert it into an percent, that is percentage. So 1 upon 8 is equal to 1 upon 8 multiplied by 100 upon multiplied by 100. So what we had done here, we had multiplied by 100 upon 100, or you can multiply directly with 100, both are correct. So here we 100 ones are 100 upon, we are getting here as 8, what it is, it's an percent, because I had not written, just after reducing this we get as 12.5%, or we can say it is 12.5%. Another example we will see, 5 upon 4 is equal to 5 upon 4, again we will multiply it by 100. So here will be, I had given this method, I had given here also another method, so it will be more easy for you. Here 5 upon 4 multiplied by 100%, we are writing 100%, means it should be 100 upon 100. So what we can do, we can reduce here, and we have to find out the multiplication. Here is 4 ones are 4, 25s are 100, 25 5s are is 125%. So 5 upon 4, the fraction when you want to convert into an percent, multiply it by 100% and we get the amount, or whatever the percentage is, 125%. One more example, we are having 3 upon 40 is equal to 3 upon 40 multiplied by 100 upon 100, or you can, I told 3 upon 40 multiplied by 100. I had given 3 different methods, so you can use any one of these which will be more easy for you. So 3 multiplied by 100 upon 40%, you can reduce here, get 0, get cancel. Now you can reduce by 2 2s are 2 5s are 5 3s are 15. So it is 15 upon 2%. You know the half of 15 is 7.5%, or we can write as 7 whole 1 upon 2, or we can say it is 7.5%. Now one more example is 2 upon 7 is given, 2 upon 7. So again we have to convert into percent. So what we will do, you will multiply it by 100%. So if it is possible to reduce it. If not possible, multiply and find out in a mixed fraction, which will be a 28 4 upon 7%. These are a very similar example, which is fractions were given and we had converted into an fraction. Now convert the given decimal fractions. Decimals are given, we have to convert into an fractions 2%. 2% fraction 2%. Now you know how to convert a fraction to percentage. Here we are having decimal. This also you are very familiar. When the decimals are given, we have to write first in a fraction form, then we have to convert into an percentage. So we will get a answer what you required, the decimal to an percent. So here first what we will do, we have to write 0.65 multiplied by 100 upon 100, or you can say directly 65 upon 100. So this 65 upon 100 multiplied by 100 is given as an percent, that is 0.65 multiplied by 100%. When it is multiplication, you are very well known to this. What we have to do, just we have to jump this decimal 2 digit forward, because it is multiplied by 100. So when it is multiplied by 100, just we are having multiplication by 100 means 20, the decimal will go 2 digit forward, so it will be 65%. Whatever we had learned, we have to apply here to find out the easy steps. So here 2.1 we have to first write into an fraction. So we are writing as 2.1 in the form of a fraction, and then we have to convert into an percentage. So 2.1 multiplied by 100% is equal to, again multiply, so again it will go 2 digit forward. So we have only 1 digit, we have to write 0, so it will be 210%. Similarly 0.65 02 multiplied by 100%. Multiplication means it will go 2 digit forward, so it is 2%. And 12.35 just we have to multiply by 100% because we want the fraction or decimal into an percentage form. So after multiplication, you know that we get as 1235%. In this way we can, if we get any decimal, you can write your own example and you can try. Decimal can be converted into an percentage. It can be converted into an percentage by multiplying by 100%. This was very easy to convert the decimal into an percent. We are having one of the fraction here. Estimate what part of a fraction is colored. Here we are having a fraction and hence find the percent which is colored. You know the fraction, you can say here what will be the fraction, but that fraction should be converted into an percentage. So first what we will do, we will try to solve one by one. So we will try to solve this first one. What part of a fraction is colored here is 1/4. That is, out of 4 part only 1 is colored. Here we can say out of 5 parts there 3 parts are colored. Here out of 8 parts there 3 parts are colored. This is in the form of a fraction first. Then we have to write first fraction and we have to convert into an percentage. So fraction of colored part is 1/4 because by seeing the figure we can find out what part is colored. So it is 1/4. So therefore the percentage of a colored parts out of 100, that is percentage word itself says it should be out of 100. So what we do is 1/4 multiplied by 100, or we can say 100 into 100, or you can write here in the form of percentage. 1/4 multiplied by 100 is nothing but 100/4. Try to reduce. After reduction 4 1s are 4 25s are, you get as an 25%. You will get as an 25%. So first fraction, what is the colored part, is an 25% of the figure is colored in the first fraction. We are having second figure. Here in the second figure, out of 1 2 3 4 5 6 parts, here 3 parts are colored. Here 3 parts are colored. So we will see this here. Sorry, here in the figure 1 2 3 4 5 parts are there. Sorry, out of 5 3 parts are colored. So what will be the fraction? Here is 3/5. Here is printing mistake. So it is 3/5. Therefore the percentage of a colored parts is 3/5 multiplied by, you can write directly, you can skip this step, you can write 3/5 multiplied by 100%. Now it is possible to reduce. You can reduce it. 5 1s are, 5 2s are, and 0 as it is. So you get is a 20, 23s are is 60. So it is an 60%. So first what we had done, we had written a fraction out of given figure and the fraction is converted into an percentage. So now it is very easy. When fraction is given, you can convert into percentage by multiplying by 100%. That is, always we have to find out percentage out of 100. So third example is fractions of colored part, which was out of 8, 6 parts are colored. So we write as a fraction is 6/8. Therefore the percentage of colored parts is 6/8. What I had done here is here some mistake is there. It is 6/8 multiplied by 100. After reduction we have to find out what percentage it will be. So in this way we have tried to find out the fraction, then we have tried to find out the percentage. So now we will go for some more example here. Similar, it is a 15% of 250. Suppose you are having 250 rupees. So what will be the 15% of that 250 rupees? So what we have to do? We have to first write the percent. You know very well how to write the 15% is nothing but 15 upon 100 of 250 is nothing but multiplied by 250. So you can reduce here, very easy to reduce. Here 0 get cancelled, 0 get cancelled. Here 2 5s are 10, sorry 5 2s are 10, we will get here 2. Here we can go for 5 5s are 25. So 5 15s are 75 upon 2. So what you know, the what is the half of 75 is nothing but 37.5. So suppose if it is given in the rupees, so what will be there? 15% of 250 rupees is 37 rupees 50 paise. So I had given the example of rupees, so it will be more easy to understand because it will be a daily life problem. So here another example we are having 1% of 1 hour. You know how to write 1%? Yes, you are right that we will write as 1% as 1 upon 100. You know 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So multiply it by 60. Try to reduce. What we will get is 3 upon 5 minutes. So after 3 upon 5, what will be? If they are asked in the seconds, we can find out in seconds also. So 3 upon 5 multiplied by 60, because you know 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So here again it is possible to reduce, you can reduce it. So it will be 36 seconds. So 1% of 1 hour is what will be 3 upon 5 minutes and 36 seconds. In this way we can find out the percent of a given amount, given hours, given quantities by, it is percent means it is out of 100. One more example, 20% of rupees 2500. Now whatever I given some here is very similar to here. Here the amount is more, but here percentage is also more. So 20% of 2500 rupees is equal to 20 upon 100 multiplied by rupees 2500. So here try to reduce. Here 2 0 get cancelled, here 2 0 get cancelled. It's very easy. So here is 25 and here will be 20. 20 multiplied by 25 is nothing but 25 2s is 500 and 1 more 0 is 2000 rupees 500. So we can find out here the what will be the 20% of 2500 is 500. In this way we can solve it. So 75% of 1 kg, if it is a wheat or rice, what will be the 75% is nothing but 0.75 kg, or we can say it is 750 gram. So what we will do, again we will write 75% in the form of percentage, 75 upon 100 into and 1000. 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. So after reducing we can find out is 750 gram is equal to 0.75 kg. So it is given in the gram, we had converted into kg, so you know it should be divided by 1000. So I think so you have understood how to convert a percentage by considering out of 100. So we had tried to solve some examples related to our exercise, and hope so my dear student you have understood the sums which we had tried to go through some easy steps. So please try to solve it from the textbook. Just go and read the textbook and create your own example and try to solve. Thank you very much.